Students, right from our smaller classes, we are learning about unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms possess a single cell, whereas multicellular organisms are made up of n number of cells. Then what about exchange of material as far as both the organisms are concerned? Here I have taken a small example which we all are familiar with. This example is of amoeba. We all know that amoeba is irregular in shape. It is a unicellular organism. And as far as exchange of material across the cell takes place, it is by the process of diffusion. Diffusion is a process in amoeba and many other unicellular organisms with the help of which entry as well as exit of certain material takes place. Entry of oxygen, entry of water, entry of food, exit of carbon dioxide, removal of waste material, all of these processes takes place across a single cell. Why? Because it is a unicellular organism. By which process? By the process of diffusion. So as it is a unicellular organism, there is only one cell. So whatever entry and exit occurs, it occurs only through or only across a single cell. But as far as multicellular organisms are concerned, diffusion cannot help. Why? Because multicellular organisms, including humans, when I say animals, we are also included in animal category. So as far as multicellular organisms are concerned, they have a complex pattern. All of the organs, multiple organs are present towards the visceral region as well as peripheral region of our body. So all these organs are not in direct contact with the environment. So exchange of gases or exchange of materials by the process of diffusion will not help, or only by the process of diffusion will not prove helpful as far as multicellular organisms are concerned. The only surface which is in contact with the environment is the outer surface. So along with diffusion, multicellular organism also need some elaborative mechanism, some advanced mechanism for exchange of gases, for transportation, for eliminating unwanted material from their body, and many other processes which make them a complete multicellular organism. Now for this particular thing, what the organisms require? They require some kind of material, and these materials are called raw materials. Now what are these raw materials required for sustaining a life in a multicellular organism? The very first criteria, oxygen. An organism requires oxygen as a raw material for respiration as well as for the synthesis of energy. Now this energy is synthesized by specialized organelle present in the cell, which we also call as mitochondria of the cell, which is the powerhouse of the cell. Now this energy is synthesized only when oxygen is available at a maximum level. What happens during unavailability of oxygen, we will be seeing in the coming classes. That is anaerobic condition. But in the aerobic condition, in the presence of oxygen, energy is synthesized in the form of ATP molecules, that is adenosine triphosphate, which takes place in the mitochondria of the cell, which we call as powerhouse of the cell. The very second raw material, that is water. Of course, water is required for each and every physiological process that takes place within the cell, within the body of a particular organism. The third material, minerals and vitamins. Minerals and